Hello, good afternoon. My name is Radek Krakoszyński. I'm a senior trainer at Worldwide School, and I have a pleasure of conducting today's webinar for you. Well, first of all, let me ask you one simple question. Can you hear me? There's a chat in the bottom right-hand corner, so you can type in some answers there. So I just know that that you can hear me. That's kind of important. Okay, great, loud and clear, I hope. So as I had said, again, welcome everyone. It's a real pleasure to have you here. And as you already know, we are going to talk about some new words that appeared in English dictionaries. Well, the words, some of them are not really new. Some of them just gained some new meanings. Well, we'll have a look at some of them, at least, like some of the most recent additions, like from this season, like fall and winter 2022. I'm sure that you know most of them, or you've heard some of them. But anyways, I hope that you will find them interesting. If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat, or I will ask you some questions, then you can type the answers in the chat. So yeah, okay, let's start then. Okay, so I divided them into some categories. So we'll start with some words connected to, well, work in general terms. So first one, yeah, lie flat. Well, this expression actually probably appears in many languages, not only English, but finally it has been officially accepted in some dictionaries. So basically, this one, I guess, explains itself. Yeah, this is kind of like philosophy that originated in China, I guess. And basically, if you lie flat, you reject overworking and you withdraw like voluntarily from relentless, like harsh competition and pressure to achieve your goals, which is, well, nowadays probably in the corporate world pretty popular. So this is like a whole movement called lie flat or lying flat. Yeah, it would be nice to lie flat and do nothing for some time. For example, talk of lying flat has spread rapidly through China as young people contend with intense competition for the most attractive jobs. Yeah, so if you don't want to compete and you want to just take it easy, then lying flat makes sense, kind of. Okay, the next one, churn rate. Okay, in the past, the word churn was used for like the activity of making butter, yeah, using some special tools, was made by hand. But now we use this phrase in a more business or work-oriented perspective. So basically, a churn rate is either the percentage of employees that leave a company in some time period, or the rate at which some group loses its members, especially when we talk about subscribers. Well, any kind of streaming service, yeah. If you're not happy with it, yeah, there's plenty of competition on the market now. So some services probably have a high churn rate, which is not so good for them. For example, yeah, the streaming service lowered its churn rate to 3% by making its content indispensable to its key demographics. If something's indispensable, well, it's necessary. Yeah. So yeah, that's the churn rate for you. Golden handcuffs. Any idea what this one means? Have you ever seen this phrase? And when you think about work environment, what are golden handcuffs? Because there's a similar phrase, like, I mean, golden handshake. Yeah, when somebody leaves a company, they especially after many years, they receive like a golden handshake. Yeah, like some super reward or bonus just to say goodbye. But golden handcuffs, this is basically something like incentives, like bonuses, raises, some insurance plans, or flexible working hours, anything that will discourage workers or employees from leaving a company. So yeah, so if a company has a problem with its churn rate, lots of people want to leave, they might kind of implement some golden handcuffs here just to keep people working for them, right? For example, She wasn't especially happy in her job, but healthcare benefits were the golden handcuffs that kept her from looking elsewhere. Well, yeah, nowadays I guess healthcare benefits is a good option to keep employees from leaving the company, to prevent them from leaving the company. So these are golden handcuffs. Triple O. I guess it entered the dictionary, but I guess all of you are familiar with this phrase, especially when you use it in your Outlook or whatever mailing service you use when you're out of office, because that's what it basically means. So finally it found its way to dictionaries. So basically, yeah, used as a notification to colleagues or clients when you are on holidays or vacation or sick or away from the office for some reason, and you cannot be reached. So I'm pretty sure you've written lots of out of office notifications, yeah, in your life. For example, yeah, thanks for emailing me. I'm going to be out of the office from to and during this time we'll have limited access to email. So that's like a classic example of an out of office message, right? Then we have one of my favorites here, paternity leave. So basically, yeah, we've heard like about maternity leave, yeah, which is for like moms who have young kids. We have paternity leave, yeah, and also fathers can take some weeks off to look after their young children or newborn babies, yeah. But what is paternity leave? Any ideas? Yeah, if you have any ideas, that just type them in the chat. But what is a paternity leave? Yeah, because yeah, it's not paternity, it's not maternity, but it's paternity. So yeah, has anyone got any crazy ideas about what a paternity leave is? Because this one is actually related to animals, to your pets. So this is like a brief leave of absence for people, for employees who are either adding a new pet to their household, or caring for a pet who is sick or injured, or even when you're mourning the death of a pet. So we have a new type of leave, a paternity leave. Yeah, so not for your kids, but for your pets, which is quite a nice idea, I think. For example, yeah, a whole week of paternity leave with 8 hours of it paid was the deciding factor in her taking the job. Yeah, so for some people who have pets at home, this might be a deciding factor, a leading factor, yeah, when they have some offers on the table and they can choose. So that's paternity leave. A pretty nice idea, I guess. Lavender ceiling. Okay, so of course we are familiar with the phrase glass ceiling, right? But here we have a different kind of ceiling, a lavender ceiling, which is basically an upper limit to some professional advancements, but which is imposed on LGBTQ plus people who are not are widely accepted or acknowledged. So as lavender is the color associated with LGBT movements, so we have not only a glass ceiling but also a lavender ceiling, which is more specific. For example, he shattered the lavender ceiling when he became the first openly gay black man in the state to be elected to public office. So some people have to break glass ceiling, others have to break lavender ceiling. So that's that. Greenwash. This phrase has become more and more popular over the years, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this one. Many companies do some greenwashing. Greenwashing is just a process of making something like a product, policy, or practice appear to be more environmentally friendly or less damaging to the environment than it is in real life. So you can basically greenwash anything, and lots of big companies and small ones, I guess, do that. So for example, a group of climate concerned Amazon employees wrote in a Twitter post that the company greenwashes its emissions growth by saying the year-over-year increase is less than its sales growth, and so on and so on. So that's greenwashing. quite popular practice, I guess, unfortunately. Then supply chain. Again, this phrase kind of gained popularity in recent time, especially during the pandemic, because many supply chains well have been broken or disrupted, which affects economy on a global scale. So a supply chain is, of course, the chain of businesses, processes by which some product or commodity is produced and distributed. So involves companies, materials, systems involved. Starting from manufacturing the product to delivering it to the end user, right? So, for example, the pandemic has disrupted nearly every aspect of the global supply chain. Unfortunately, we can feel it, I guess, all of us. Gift economy. We have different types of economy, and this one has finally found its way to dictionaries. So, as the name suggests, there's nothing tricky about gift economy. This is just a system in which goods and services are given freely between people rather than sold and bartered. Bartered, so you receive something and you give something in return, right? For example, the gift economy, a system whereby goods are not sold but given away, has been around for as long as we've had things. Yeah, probably. So that's that. Another one is a side hustle. Hustle. Well, the basic meaning is like push, or maybe hustle also like a very busy activity. But in difficult times, side hustles have become very popular, and the side hustle is just work performed for some additional supplementary income. So it's just like an additional job that we can do after hours just to earn some more. So that's the side hustle. For example, these days, lots of people have a side hustle to help them earn extra income, develop new skills, become a business owner, and quit their day job. Well, sometimes it ends like that. If your side hustle proves to be really successful, then you can change your professional life. So there's like an extra activity, extra kind of thing that you do to earn some extra coin. Okay, now some slang words. These were related to work, business, employment, and now some less official words. But this slang is a very important part of every language. So let's have a look at some of some words connected with slang. At. Well. Very short word, but this one has gained like a new meaning, because we know at perfectly well. Like whenever we type an email, we use at in the email address, or you can tag someone in a post on our social media using at, the symbol, right? But this meaning that I want to draw your attention to is totally different, because at, this very short word, has now a new meaning, like to argue with someone or dispute someone's stated views, especially on social media. So when there's some discussion under a video, or somebody posted something and people do not agree, do not share the same view or opinion, you can write, the sequel was better than the original, don't at me. So like, don't argue with me, don't at me. So this is like a very new meaning of the word at, because who would have surprised? Who would have guessed that it will have such a surprising new meaning? But a lot of people are excited about this this new additional meaning, which has been added to well, all big dictionaries of English language. Bodycon. This one is related to clothing. So basically, if you describe something as bodycon, this is like designed to be close fitting. It's often made with some stretchy material. And it like displays the shape of the body, so we can describe it as skin tight. For example, yeah, bodycon dresses restrict the length of one's stride, making it difficult for wearers to walk with confidence in heels. Yeah, so bodycon clothes probably not a good idea for everyone, but why not? Bottle episode. Well, I guess most of us has some video streaming services or subscribe to them. Yeah, probably more than one even nowadays, as there's plenty of choice on the market. So, any idea of what a bottle episode is? Because like we know that the TV series are divided into episodes, like books are divided into chapters. But what is a bottle episode? This has nothing to do with drinking actually. Or the TV series doesn't have to be connected with the problem of alcoholism, but a bottle episode is simply an episode set in a very confined, limited location, yeah? Such as like one hotel room or maybe a broken elevator. And there are usually a few regular actors or cast members present in this kind of episode. So sometimes it's done for budgeting reasons. Yeah, that makers or producers of a series don't have money to film it elsewhere, but and they need to cut down on the cost. But sometimes it's just used for a creative challenge. Yeah, so this kind of episode filmed in a very limited, restricted space is it's called a bottle episode. Yeah, for example, the 6-part series is made up of mostly bottle episodes, meaning the action takes place in one location. Yeah, while the situation is a facility of a small budget, it has turned out to be a bit of creative windfall. Windfall is something unexpected that you get. Like if you receive some money unexpectedly, it's like, oh wow, a nice windfall. Okay, then sus. Well, I can hear this word very often. Even in Polish, it's used by Polish teenagers. Like it's just a shorter version of suspicious or suspect. Yeah, something is sus, right? So, for example, I used to think that at home hair colors and dyes were kind of sus, and that there was absolutely no way you could get salon level color from a box. But probably nowadays they're as good as the ones from salons. Yeah, so sus, just a short version of suspicious or suspect. Very popular, especially in teenage slang. I guess something is sus. Then we have look. Yeah, it's just yeah. It sounds like look, and actually it is a kind of look, and it's connected with the way you look. Yeah, the spelling is just different, just to differentiate the word from the original, and the meaning is also slightly different because a look is just not an ordinary look, but it's a fashion look that is very distinctive to the wearer, yeah, very characteristic to the wearer, and yeah, it's noticeable and memorable to others. Yeah, so if you have something, some special item of clothing, then something that you wear, people will definitely remember. And when they see you again wearing the same, they will know it's definitely you. So look, for example, if you have an important event, these things do help give you a look instead of just a look. So a look is something more than just an ordinary look, used for special occasions, I guess. So yeah, good luck with that. Pawn, yeah, this is it even a word? There's no vowels there, yeah, but there's an anecdote about the origin of this word that people, like especially gamers, yeah, like on the keyboard P is next to O, yeah, so instead of O they typed P, and hence we have this kind of word pawn, which simply means to dominate or to defeat someone or something, because this is like one of the meanings of own, yeah. For example, yeah, no government, including Britain's, should have the power to pawn the internet and destroy it in the process. Yeah, so this one is very often used, yeah, in chats or by gamers, yeah, like pawned, with ed even, yeah, in past tense, like destroyed, yeah, defeated. So yeah, looks strange, but it is a word. And adorkable. Oh, that's another one of my favorites from today's list. Well, this is like kind of like a combination of two words. Of course, we know the word adorable. Yeah, if something is adorable, wow, we like it so much, it looks great. But adorkable, well, somebody mixed it with the word quirky, yeah, which is kind of like strange, yeah. So if we describe someone with the word adorkable, they might seem socially awkward or quirky, but in a way that is actually nice, endearing. Yeah? For example, if he's cute, but also socially awkward, then feel free to describe him as adorkable. Yeah? So this is like a perfect definition of the word adorkable, which is a nice adjective. Yeah, like cute, but socially awkward. Yeah, so maybe not really knowing how to behave in social situation. Yeah, pawn passwords. Yeah, like in the chats. That's right, Darius. So that's adorkable, which is, yeah, quite a nice word, in fact. Yeah, after pandemic, I guess there are a lot of adorkable people. Yeah, cute, but yeah, forgot how to behave among people. Yeah? Okay, MacGyver. Actually, it is in the dictionaries nowadays. I guess many of us remembers like famous TV series, yeah, from, I don't know, 1990s. That was a long time ago. About a guy who could do anything out of nothing, yeah. And this word is actually now an official word used in English dictionaries, and the meaning, of course, is, yeah, to make, form, or repair something with things that are conveniently on hand. Yeah, so yeah, he could make like there's many jokes about MacGyver. He could make helicopter out of, I don't know, a few matches. And, yeah, so yeah, now it's officially used, and you can find this word in English dictionaries. So for example, yeah, Food 2, an offshoot of the Food Network, has a dating show that makes contestants MacGyver a meal without a kitchen, leading to a lot of meat cooked on car engines or ironing boards. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's how MacGyver would cook dinner, yeah, without a kitchen. Yeah, like, why not put some steaks on a hot car engine? Yeah, like, sounds like him. Yeah, so now it's like an official verb, yeah, to make something like out of nothing. Very nice. Yeah, nostalgic. Okay, now a few words connected with online, with internet. So let's have a look at some of these. Briggading, okay, sounds kind of military, right? And it is in a way, because brigading is like the practice of organizing or participating in a coordinated campaign of online harassment against a targeted individual or a group of individuals, especially when you think about social media. Yeah, so let's target somebody and let's make his life hell. For example, yeah, female streamers and members or allies of marginalized groups are targeted more often and suffer more persistent brigading on their channels. Yeah. So yeah, if you don't like some streamer, you just call a few friends and you brigade some poor streamer. Not a very nice practice, I guess, but it happens very often. Review bomb. Okay, there's also something like a photo bomb. Yeah, you try and take a nice picture and somebody jumps into it just to ruin it. And similar here, a review bomb is basically like an online manipulation of the rating system, with some campaign which can be organized or semi-organized. So lots of unfavorable user reviews are posted because, well, users might be angry with some changes in policy, or the game just started to suck or whatever. So yeah, this is a review bomb. So it's not like genuine opinion. These are just negative, unfavorable opinions posted on purpose, yeah, just to ruin the rating, the review. So also happens very often. For example, yeah, the game was review bombed by angry players after the publisher blocked fan-created content. Yeah, that's a good reason to bomb review something. Okay, then we have a shadow ban. Of course, we are all familiar with the word ban, but a shadow ban, as the name suggests, is like the suppressing from public view very often on social media, some posts or posts by platform moderators, without notifying the user who actually posted something that was banned. So the user can see it, like something that they posted, but nobody else can. So that's why it's called like a shadow ban. Like the moderators or the administrator doesn't notify you about being banned. So you keep on posting, but actually the only person who can see the posts or comments is the person who actually posts them, because nobody else can see them. Usually, well, it's done in response to a violation of the platform's terms of service. So that's something called shadow ban. Like shadow ban accounts are placed into a kind of invisible mode. In other words, they become a shadow that no one can see except the user who is banned. Poor users. They keep on posting, not knowing that they have been banned. But what we can do. Sock puppet. Well, sock puppet, two easy words, but it's also connected with some forums or social media. It's like a false name or identity assumed by an internet user, often to deceive or like to cheat, or to preserve the user's anonymity. For example, the forum is moderated by Bob and has a contributor named Tom, a sock puppet operated by Bob. So in fact, Bob and Tom are, well, the same person, but Tom is just a sock puppet, like a different alias, or different identity assumed by the forum moderator. Dumb phone. Oh, that's a beautiful phrase. We have mostly smartphones nowadays, but when you think back, like 20 or more than 20 years ago, like who doesn't miss a good old Nokia phone, with mechanical keyboard, and no touchscreen. So these are dumb phones. So cell phones, usually very old ones. I guess some of them are still produced. So cell phones that don't include advanced software features. No email, no internet browser, just a phone for texting and phoning. So this is like a direct opposite of a smartphone, a dumb phone, like a stupid phone. For example, it appears fashion, nostalgia, and them appearing in TikTok videos have a part to play in the dumb phone revival. Well, everything that's vintage is kind of fashionable nowadays. So such phones are coming back, I guess. I have a few in my drawers, and if they are still working, maybe. So that's a dumb phone. Laggy. Okay, every internet user, I guess, is familiar with lags and laggy. So this is just a nice little adjective that means like something that is delayed, having delayed or slow response when it comes to the user's input, or in other words, marked or affected by lag, by a delay, right? For example, to add to his frustration, the app is laggy and doesn't always immediately respond to taps and gestures. It also crashes frequently. Sometimes it happens with some apps that haven't been designed properly. But so that's laggy. SpawnCon. Well, actually, what is SpawnCon? Any ideas? Because this is like a kind of abbreviation, like first two syllables of two different words, but lots of famous people publish or post some SpawnCon. So basically, they are paid for doing this. So a SpawnCon is just sponsored content. Like content posted usually by somebody like an influencer. Somebody with big followers group, on social media that looks like a normal post, but it's not like just any post, because probably they have been paid a lot of money to just share this picture or post something, or using some device or cosmetic or whatever. So that's called like SpawnCon. For example, Kendall Jenner regularly does SpawnCon on her Instagram. Not only her, but I guess many celebrities or so-called influencers do that pretty regularly. That's a nice source of income, anyways. Okay, then just some various words which would be difficult to put into one category, but let's have a look at some of them. Bachelor's party. Okay, so I guess you know the meaning of a bachelor. Bachelor is a man, like a single man, yeah. And so before getting married, we could have like a bachelor party, and in case of a female, is bachelorette party, or stag night for men, or a hen party for women. But bachelor's party is actually an inclusive pre-wedding party. So preceding your wedding. So basically, both men and the women can come to this kind of party. Yeah? So it's not only restricted to males or females, but you know sometimes a couple that is going to get married can decide to organize this kind of party, a bachelor's party. Yeah? That both friends of the groom and friends of the bride can come and have a party together. So regardless of gender, yeah, any gender can come. So that's a bachelor's party. For example, the bride and groom opted for a mixed gender bachelor's party instead of the traditional his and hers celebrations. I don't know if it's popular in our country, but well, anyways, that's a new option, and it's officially in dictionaries. Yeah? Kind of different approach to having like a pre-wedding party with your friends. Okay, demisexual. So this is an interesting adjective that's appeared in dictionaries, and basically it refers to a person who is sexually attracted only to people with whom they already have an emotional bond. Yeah. So such person will not have sex with anyone, but first they need to create some kind of emotional bond to go one step further. Yeah? For example, yeah, there are many asexual or demisexual people who consider themselves polyamorous. These are people who don't really consider sex part of how they form a romantic relationship, or don't feel sexual desire whatsoever. So another adjective. So not only asexual, but you can be demisexual, like half sexual, because demi is like half. So that's an interesting little word. Another one, decarbonize. Very famous nowadays. and became official. We all hear about carbon, about emissions. Yeah, and air quality in the last few days in Poland is kind of bad. So maybe, yeah, it's like to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide or other carbon compounds which are emitted into the atmosphere by us, by our activities like households, industry, country, like cars, whatever, probably even while breathing. Yeah? So, for example, our expertise is in designing new ways to decarbonize our economy using solar energy and renewable carbon to replace fossil fuels, yeah, like gas or oil. That's a long way, but maybe our grandchildren, who knows? So that's, yeah, decarbonizing. Shadow inflation. Yeah, of course, we had to have some words connected to inflation. And shadow inflation, yeah, like shadow ban. Something that it's not clearly seen, but it's like a phenomenon of decreasing quantity or like diminishing quality of goods and services when you compare them to like your previous purchases or services rendered before the bad economic situation started. So in the past, well, of course, the same something had more value at the same price point that it has now. So, for example, yeah, does your favorite restaurant suddenly have smaller portions, cheaper ingredients, or fewer servers for the same old price? Blame the economy for this shadow inflation. Yeah, I guess that's what's happening nowadays. But no wonder. And we have one more term connected with inflation: shrinkflation. So yeah, like you buy a bottle of Sprite. Yeah, it used to be like a 1 liter bottle. Yeah, but now it's like 800 milliliters. Yeah, for some reason, for the same price, or for actually not for the same price, for a higher price, right? So this is like a shrinkflation is like a decrease over time in quantity or in package size compared to the quantity previously sold at the same price point. So of course it results in higher costs per unit for us consumers, and yeah, less product inside the same package, kind of. So yeah, shadow inflation and shrinkflation, yeah, happening everywhere nowadays, I guess. Yeah, the price is the same and the box looks the same, but because of shrinkflation, you'll get 10% less cereal when you open it up. Yeah, or 200 milliliter less Sprite, yeah, or other fizzy drink. Air hog, yeah, something that appeared during the pandemic. So basically, yeah, some people when we greet, say hello, we hug, yeah, but yeah, in the last few years it was a bit more difficult. So an air hug is like a gesture of extending your arms as if to like hug or embrace another person, but without physical contact. Yeah, when it's not possible or not appropriate or not safe to hug. So if you just hug air, like hug somebody from a distance, it has a special name. Yeah, it's an air hug. Why not? With masks, yeah, mask and gloves on, Nicole and I air hugged from a safe distance. Yeah, we know it very well from the past years and months. Mompreneur. Okay, so there's like a version of entrepreneur. Yeah, like entrepreneur is somebody who runs a business, but mompreneur, as the name suggests, is a mom who, apart of running a family, looking after her kids, also runs a business. Yeah, so yeah, a woman who is the primary caregiver to her young child or children, and also manages her own business. So a very, very nice phrase, a mompreneur. So yeah, it's like 2 full-time jobs, I guess, looking after your kids and running your own business. Challenging. And so yeah, mompreneur, just a mom chasing dreams, and toddlers. Yeah, toddlers are like small kids who just are learning how to walk. Yeah. So that's who a mompreneur is. Dawn chorus. Okay, that's just, now it's like autumn, yeah, winter coming. So I thought that this phrase might be nice because it's often used for like this quiet time, especially in spring or summer morning, yeah? When like the singing of wild birds like it can be heard before sunrise, yeah, especially in spring and summer. So we'll have to wait a few months for that, but if you like being close to nature, like dawn chorus is something very nice. For example, yeah, with the first chirps of the dawn chorus, the shopkeepers drew the dewy bolts on their shop doors. What a poetic sentence, yeah. So luckily, yeah, we'll survive till spring, and we'll be able to hear some dawn chorus of birds at dawn before sunrise. Magnet fishing. Well, as the name suggests, there's nothing tricky about this one because magnet fishing is exactly what the name suggests. So basically, it's like a sport, if we can call it a sport, right? A hobby, yeah? Of using strong magnet attached to the end of a rope to find metal objects in water, in bodies of water. Yeah. So yeah, why catch fish? You can just look for metal objects. Yeah? Walter says he has magnet fished several times, pulling in knives, bait weights, and other metal. Yeah, maybe it's a good way of cleaning like some lakes or yeah, water reservoirs, right? Pogonophile. Well, that's another word that has entered English dictionaries, and basically definition is very simple. A person who likes beards, yeah, for example, whether you're a pogonophile yourself or just too lazy to shave. I guess I'm too lazy to shave. You'll agree to a lustrous covering of facial hair is pretty impressive. Yeah, so pogonophile, somebody who likes beards. Yeah, so kind of strange word, but it exists. Sessionable. Okay, that's a very nice adjective which we can use to refer to drinks, especially alcoholic drinks, beverages, yeah, like which means that yeah, it's having a light body and a lower than average percentage of alcohol, yeah, which means yeah, it's not so heavy, so you can drink more, yeah. So especially if you want to have more than one, then you should look for some sessionable beverages. Yeah, like, oh, it's very sessionable. It's the kind of beer you want to have when you want to have more than 3 or 4. So yeah, so that's for heavy users. But if it's sessionable, then the amount of alcohol is lower. That's why it's sessionable. Okay, that's a nice one. Galentine's Day. Of course, we know Valentine's Day, but this is gal. Gal is like a word for a girl. So Galentine's Day is basically a new holiday observed on February 13th, which is a time to celebrate friendships, especially among women. So yeah, before Valentine's Day, you can celebrate Galentine's Day, right? For example, yeah, many have accepted the holiday as a day to hang out with best friends, regardless of gender. So it's not only for ladies, right? Galentine's Day celebrations can include all genders and all of those that you adore. So, yeah, another day to celebrate. Why not? Oh, thriftifarian. Yeah, I had to include this word when I found it. It's just beautiful. And the meaning is like, yeah, thriftifarian is someone who is well off, like rich, but pretends they have to spend less money and not buy some things, certain things, so that they appear to be in the same like financial or economic situation as most other people. Yeah, so maybe yeah, someone doesn't want to show off that they are rich and yeah, they pretend not to be. So such people we can call thriftifarians. Beautiful word. Yeah, thriftifarians are middle or upper class people who take virtuous pleasure in the selective economies they don't need to make, especially during times of recession. So yeah, well, good way to save some money, I guess, even when you're rich. Okay, nap box. Whoa. So yeah, as the name suggests, is a box for taking a nap. So basically, yeah, it's like a type of a narrow cupboard designed for a person to stand in while they have a short nap. Like, having a nap while standing up. Yeah, the inside has some special shelves to support the person's head and body. And of course, it started in Asia, like in Japan, I guess, because they don't have much space for people to lie down. So that's why I guess they created nap boxes for people to have a nap while standing up in the upright position. Yeah, like the workforce in Japan is apparently so overwhelmed that 2 companies are partnering up to create new upright nap boxes. The shelves inside act like full body armrests, helpful for preventing users from falling over as they doze off between meetings. Yeah, so on the way from one meeting to another, you can stop by at a nap box, get in for a few minutes, and take a nap in an upright position while standing up. I need to try that one day. Therapy. So this is like a combination of wear and therapy. Something new. So this is like the activity of wearing particular clothes as a form of therapy, with the clothes chosen to make the wearer feel happy or comforted. Yeah, well, it's true that sometimes some clothes can make us feel better when we look in the mirror, right? For example, while you can use fashion to boost your mood and make you feel powerful, Forbes Bell also wants us to consider the emotional importance of what we wear, something she calls therapy. So another word that officially entered English dictionaries. And Nepo baby. Yeah, Nepo, I guess, is short for nepotism. Yeah, lots of it around us, unfortunately. But yeah, this is like a Nepo baby is like a child of an actor or a musician or any famous person, yeah, who achieves success because of their famous parent. Yeah, lucky people who have famous parents, or maybe not. For example, yeah, they would just like to add that Hollywood nepotism is more complicated than it appears, and just because one is born a Nepo baby does not mean they aren't also human beings with emotions and nuanced inner lives as they navigate a harsh spotlight in the social media era and try to live up to enormous expectations. Yeah, you're a child of somebody famous, there might be some high expectations. That's true. So that's basically it for today. I just wanted to draw your attention to some new words, or some words that have gained new meanings. So I hope that you will find some of them useful or interesting. And yeah, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you for participating. Have a good afternoon. Thank you very much, guys. See you in the future. Bye-bye.